Hello all, myself Vedangi and I am a legal intern at Lexis & Company. So guys, my another topic for today's discussion is the case analysis of Shah Banu. The case that is basically known as Shah Banu case, but the full name of this case is Muhammad Ahmad Khan versus Shah Banu. So talking about the background of this case, so specifically section 125 subsection 1 of the CRPC and section 125 subsection 3 of the CRPC have been considered and questioned under this case. So let's discuss first of all that what are these two sections. Now section 125 subsection 1 states that who shall be entitled to claim a maintenance. So a wife can claim maintenance from her husband. A legitimate or illegitimate minor child can claim the maintenance from his father. Also a legitimate or illegitimate minor child having any physical or mental incapability, he can also claim maintenance from his father, and father or mother can claim the maintenance from the son or the daughter. Now the essential conditions for granting maintenance are basically that sufficient means for maintenance are available or not. Second is if there is any refusal on the part of the husband, that even after demanding the maintenance he is neglecting the wife. Other essential condition is that the person who is claiming maintenance must be unable to maintain herself, and the fourth one is that the quantum of maintenance depends upon the standard of living. So now talking about the facts of the case, so Muhammad Ahmad Khan, who was an appellant in this case, he was basically a lawyer by profession and he married Shah Banu in the year 1932. They had 5 children, and in 1975 when Shah Banu's age was 62 years, she was disowned by her spouse, and therefore in 1978 she filed an appeal in the presence of the judicial magistrate of the Indore, claiming a maintenance of rupees 200 per month because her husband, he abandoned her and he failed to pay the maintenance of rupees 200. So after that, because she was claiming the maintenance from the husband and he abandoned her, so subsequently the husband gave her irrevocable triple talaq on November 6th of November 1978, and used as a defense not to pay the maintenance. He said that he is not entitled to pay her maintenance because he has already given her talaq. Now the magistrate in 1979 directed the husband to pay an entirety of rupees 25 per month as maintenance. Shah Banu in 1980, she made a plea to the High Court of Madhya Pradesh to change the sum of maintenance to rupees 179 per month. This was also accepted by the court, and the High Court increased the amount of maintenance. Now the same was challenged by Muhammad Ahmad Khan in the Supreme Court. Now the issues that were raised in this particular case was first of all whether section 125 of CRPC that defines the term wife, whether it includes divorced Muslim women or not, and also whether this section 125 overrides the personal laws of Muslim or not, or whether Muslim husband's obligation to provide maintenance for a divorced woman is in conflict between section 125 of CRPC and the Muslim personal laws or not. Also a question and issue was raised that what is the sum that is needed to be payable on the divorce. Now the judgment was that the Supreme Court said that this section, the section 125 of CRPC, it is applicable to all the class and all the creed irrespective of their religion, and consequently section 125 subsection 3 of the CRPC is applicable to the Muslims as well. The court further stated that section 125 of CRPC, it overrides the personal laws. If there is any conflict between the personal laws and the section 125 of CRPC, then section 125 shall prevail. Also, the Supreme Court held that since the husband's obligation towards a wife, towards a divorced wife is restricted to the iddat period, but in case if she is not able to maintain herself even after the completion of the iddat period, then he is entitled to pay the maintenance even after the period of the iddat. Also, the payment of meher by the husband on divorce is not sufficient to exempt him from the duty to pay the maintenance to the wife. So after a long procedure, the Supreme Court finally concluded that the husband's liability to pay the maintenance is beyond the completion of the iddat period if she is not able to maintain herself. After that, the judgment was passed. After the judgment was passed, so many questions, so many protests and so many issues were raised that first of all, the Article 44 of the Directive Principles of the Indian Constitution, it provides that there should be a uniform civil code for all the citizens. Also, the Shah Banu's case judgment was protested and it was not accepted by the Islamic scholars because according to them it was against the Muslim law, Muslim personal laws. Subsequently, taking into consideration this, the Parliament passed the Muslim Women Protection of Rights of Divorce Act 1986, and under this act, the Muslim divorced women was entitled to accept and to be paid the maintenance till the period of the iddat. Also, when a divorced woman has a child and she has the responsibility to maintain that child, but she has not that sufficient means to maintain the child, so the husband, the spouse, is entitled to pay the maintenance to the child up to the age of 2 years, or we can say that till the time he turns 2. Also, the divorced wife is entitled to get back all the dowry she gave at the time of the marriage. So, what we can conclude from this entire case is that though the court took a long time to decide the judgment of this case, and though so many arguments were made after the judgment was passed, still the people's confidence in the judiciary remained intact, and through this judgment a balance in the society was maintained, and also the rights of the divorced Muslim women was also maintained. Also, after the passing of the Muslim Women Protection of Rights of Divorce Act that was passed in 1986, the right to Muslim women was extended beyond the period of the iddat. So guys, that was all about my discussion on the topic of Shah Banu case. And if you have any doubts with regard to this video or to the previous one, then you can comment in the comment section. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel Lex Click, and we will meet in the next video with a new topic. Till then, bye.